Oh, what's going on, y'all? Just pulled into the Charlottesville, Virginia location, and I've actually got a very good feeling about this one. The warehouse looks great. Very new looking, not sure on the year, but I've got a good feeling that it's going to be the bigger model inside with plenty of space. I like to see that. Parking lot, there are a lot of ways to get in here. You can do the 360 parking situation around the warehouse. Always love to see that. The entire thing has double line spaces, so we're looking really good on that. We've got the full size gas station, 18 pumps. That is what I'm talking about. Really like to see that. Only thing I'm not loving about the gas station is it dumps you out into like the middle of the parking lot. So I wish it kind of dumped you out onto the side where you can get a quieter spot, but it does have a separate entrance where you can come right into the gas station. So that does make up for a little bit. I'm excited to see what we got in store here. There is a tire center, Charlottesville, Virginia. I'm hoping this is a good one coming at you.
Go ahead and feast your eyes on the full-size 18-pump gas station. There's a little bit of a wait here, but nothing crazy. Think no more than one cycle per lane here. Tire center, I'm a bit surprised, honestly, to only see 4 bays. Newer model warehouses usually have 5, so maybe this one isn't as new as I thought. Very visually appealing front entrance here, looks great. I like the crosswalk situation they have going. There were sidewalks and all the medians in the parking lot. That's always good to see. There are multiple garage bays here. They are not all open though. That's a very confident move. We'll see how it works out for them. Entryway is giving off 2014 to 18 vibes, somewhere in that range. A little more turbulence than I initially expected coming right in. Sometimes, unfortunately, this does happen with people stopping right at the beginning, so I'll get a better sense of what this place is like as soon as I turn this first corner. Coming around the corner was very nice. This is actually a little bit better than I expected. Pretty rare to see an initial approach actually this calm. It's 2 p.m. on a Saturday, so that tells me, this is a peak time. You're not going to find it a whole lot worse than this. This is looking pretty great so far. Coming into the first make or break section of the warehouse, the far corner here, and this is looking pretty good. There's enough space, there's produce in this area, not wine, that's important. We've got the refrigerated section back here, should mean that there's going to be minimal spillover into the rest of the warehouse. I also see the watermelons here, those are very common spillover items, so I'm liking what I'm seeing from this back corner, no issues so far. Always like to see the wine put into the middle of the warehouse as opposed to the corner. As you can see, not a lot of people congregate in the wine section here, so better to open up the middle of the store, and it leads for just better crowd flow all around. Nice job. You cannot hide what is on the back wall. That's always going to give you the best representation of what the crowds are like at a warehouse. In the first half, it seemed pretty darn empty here, but you can tell it is a Saturday afternoon. Now, this is not crazy by any means, but you do notice a significant uptick in the number of people back here. However, we just passed the rotisserie chickens, so it's time for our chicken check-in.
Chicken check-in, y'all. Charlottesville, Virginia. This one, we've got the standard newer layout problem where the warehouse is really big, there's a ton of space, it's laid out pretty well, and you don't realize how many people are here until you get to the back wall, the rotisserie chicken area, and that's where you experience some of that congestion, those stoppages. But overall, this has been pretty good so far. Like that the wine's in the middle. Don't really have any major complaints here.
Guys, they have my 32 cools here in black, in my size. I haven't seen these in a warehouse in a really long time. Last time I saw a warehouse with these, I was in the Denver area, and I'm not sure when this video is going to be released, so in real time, that's a little over 2 months since I've actually seen these in a warehouse. Awesome. Something I always like to see in the clothes section are these carts for clothing. When you pick something up, maybe you try it on, you just toss it in the bin and the employees will refold it, make it look all nice. Just keeps the area looking a lot better.
Back wall, y'all. Definitely people here, but it's very manageable. Like this spot can take it. I like this warehouse. Feels new, feels big. Definitely the most recent layout, so gonna double check the year on this one, but this feels like it would have been closer to 2020. Built for some volume here, and doing pretty good.
So I was actually very impressed to learn that this warehouse was opened in 2015. That's a good 2015. I've been to some places that were open around the same time that have not flowed as well as this, so impressed here. Now, a few more crowds than I was expecting, a little heavier than usual getting out of the back of the store for my initial descent, so I'm not really sure what's in store for checkout. Could go either way at this point. I always like a little local flavor at the warehouses. Here we got some UVA football tickets. Also glad to see full auto Super Soakers, because you didn't think I was rolling out of here naked, did you? Found something actually surprising in the pharmacy, optical, and hearing section. People! There are people here.
Guys, people are actually using the services in this area. I'm glad that happens. Good to see.
Coming up on checkout, and it wasn't too bad. There were some lines, but you know, I've seen it so much worse that relatively this is nothing to worry about. I did see an employee directing shoppers to like the open self-checkout stations. That does help a little bit. Didn't see an employee at every station. I would have liked to see a few more conveyor belts opened here. I think that would have really reduced the lines, but overall, this was, I'd say this was fine. Standard food court here. It was very pushed back from the checkout area, so good placement, good spacing. Like to see that. Bit of a surprising location for these bins right here with the boxes you can grab. Usually they're up further ahead on the wall on the right hand side to get your receipt checked. Here they're kind of dividing the food court into two sections, the ordering window and the seating area. Not a ton of seats, but I've seen worse. Some unused conveyor belts, but right now I'm kind of nitpicking because it didn't take very long at all to get out of here. And once I'm through that food court seating area, I make my final move, and it is smooth sailing to go get the receipt checked. Time to get out of here and recap this place.
All right, y'all, talking Charlottesville, Virginia today, and overall, I really liked this one. It is a very nice warehouse. Parking lot is good. A lot of ways to get in there. Double line spaces. Gas station is full size. Wasn't a long wait there. Inside the warehouse, it was laid out well. Good decisions were being made. There was some traffic in the usual spots, but nothing crazy. Checkout, I did kind of feel like they were doing the bare minimum to keep it acceptable. But again, when you're not waiting that long at Costco, it's really, really hard to complain. Overall, just a really nice experience at that Charlottesville location. And one thing I really like about it is Charlottesville is one of those warehouses that I'm gonna call a Goldilocks location. What I mean by that is it's not in a super populated spot, but there are enough warehouses around it. There are 3 different warehouses in 3 different directions that are about an hour away. And what that does is it keeps any one of those locations from drawing too many people. So the crowds that you saw, which was peak, by the way, that was a Saturday afternoon. I am confident that it's going to stay that way. Now, special note, I was there in July, so school was out. The college kids were not there. It's possible that it picks up slightly when return to school comes around, like middle, end of August. So possibly you could expect that, but I don't know how many college kids are shopping at Costco throughout the year. So I'm pretty sure it's gonna stay about right where you saw it. Now, let's get to today's one item. Got something for, it's not these. These don't count. I saw them. I couldn't help myself. It's actually something else. It's a smoothie mix. Now, usually there was a smoothie mix that I really liked at Costco, but they got rid of it. So I tried to substitute it with this stuff, the organic smoothie mix. I don't know the name of it. Clovis Farms is the brand. But what I don't like, it comes in these little packs, like these pre-packaged pouches for the amounts, and I'm not a fan of the ratios. I kind of like to do my own ratios. It's very heavy, and it says there's banana in here. I'm a big fan of the banana. So, you know, overall, I actually don't like this one. I'm probably going to go with a different smoothie mix next time. I'm not going to return it. I'm going to eat the whole thing. It's not that bad, but I recommend you stay away from this brand, go with something else. But anyway, Charlottesville is a great location. I really liked it. You will really like it. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you on the next one.
If you guys like this content, please remember to like and subscribe, and let me know in the comments section what you think of the Charlottesville, Virginia location, and is there somewhere that you would like to see me go next.